Day 2. First, you're going to need both papers with your names on them. Next, check out the instructions for Day 2 Arabic lanterns. We'll cut out our lanterns, put your name on the base, trace tissue paper, glue the tissue paper, and then put them aside to dry. My first step here is going to be to loosely cut out around my lantern. Then I'll go back again and cut carefully right along the solid line. Now without the extra paper, I can go in and more easily cut right along the solid lines. Cut carefully and slowly so that you don't go too far. Cut right over the tissue paper you glued on last class. For the windows, you'll need to carefully poke your scissors through that space. And then what I like to do is cut out again, just kind of an oval first, just to get some more space for your scissors before you cut straight along those lines. Now I can go right along the line. I'm going to start in the corner and then turn my paper and put the scissors into that corner and then cut straight along that solid black line. Okay, now I've cut out all 4 of my windows and I have all of my lantern pieces ready to go. One of my pieces does not have my name on it, so I'm going to be sure to put my name on there so that it doesn't get mixed up with other students' work. Now, try to locate the pattern for your window tissue paper. Some of your papers had these and others I made extra for Miss Rita. Cut those out and you can share this pattern with your whole table. This is what you're going to use to cut out a tissue paper window to glue to the inside of your lantern. You're going to lay that pattern piece right on top of the tissue paper color you want to use for the window. Don't put it right in the middle of the piece of paper. Go up to the edges so you don't waste the tissue paper. Then you can use a pencil or a pen to outline around the pattern, and when you cut that out, it should fit over your window with enough space to glue the edges. We will be putting a battery-operated candle inside our lanterns, so the light will show through. Now go around the edges of the inside of your window with the glue stick, and then you can put your tissue paper that you just cut out right there, and it should fit with enough space to overlap. Here you can see I have all 4 of my windows glued with the tissue paper color on the inside. Now, don't throw away your scraps. You can do some cool patterns and designs with these extra pieces of paper. I'm going to cut out little stars and glue them to the back of my windows to kind of do a see-through shadow. You can use a glue stick to glue decorations on the insides of your windows. Arabic lanterns have many details like this. I'm going to use some strips of paper too to add some lines in the windows. And I also am giving you guys some decorative edge scissors you can use to cut decorations too with your extra paper. Use these carefully, they're a little bit fragile. I also ordered hole punches for you guys to use for these lanterns. You can just poke holes in some designs or along different lines to make some details for your lantern. Here's what it'll look like then when the light passes through it. Your next step is going to be to fold. Remember to be really respectful with these rulers, not to bend or whack them against things. I'm going to actually use this ruler to draw a line with a pen that'll help me make a crease so that I can fold it more easily. It also makes the dotted line a solid line and looks more finished. Now I can crease and fold right along that pen line, and it just happens to work more easily that way. You just line up the ruler along the dotted line, hold it in place, and then push down kind of hard with your pen. That'll compress the paper and make it easier to fold. You can do all the dotted lines at once and then do all the folds at once. That top part I'm folding now is how we are going to hold or hang our lanterns. Make sure you get all the folds done in a nice even and crisp way. And now you can see how the lantern will come together. You want to get a glue stick that works well and really put a lot of glue stick on those tabs that say glue. You push the outside wall together, and I like to say 1, 2, 3, stick for me, and it should stick enough to hold together for you to move on to another wall. Here's my second wall, and now I'm going to add more glue to these other tabs. Don't rush through the part where you're holding the two walls together while they glue. The longer you wait, the better it'll glue and stay together for you. Here I am adding that second piece. 1, 2, 3, stick for me. And the more walls you put together, it'll get a little bit harder to hold the pieces together. The good news is you don't have to glue together the roof pieces or the top pieces, so you can fold them back a little bit and stick your hand down there to hold the other walls together when you're gluing the final pieces. So for this last wall, I can reach my hand in through the roof and do my 1, 2, 3, stick for me. Now the last step, if you have time, you could use some gold Sharpie markers to draw some spirals and designs on the surface. The last job you'll have is to poke a hole in the handle, and then I'll give you guys some ribbon or something that you can hang your lantern with. Don't forget though to put your battery operated candle in the inside. This one I have at home isn't battery operated. If you put fire in there, the whole thing will burn up. It's going to look great with the light inside it. Each of these will be unique and beautiful for Arabic night. And finally, make sure your name is on the bottom of the lantern and that you remember to clean up at the end of class. Okay, I can't wait to see these.